Hi, we are now going to look at taking selections from a previous generation, collecting grafts from those trees, putting them in a clonal seed orchard or clonal breeding archive, and then collecting seed from them and putting them into a next generation trial. And from that next generation trial, we are going to collect data. In the previous video, we have uploaded this trial number. So I'm taking the normal structure of that trial, and all we've done is we've included various selection numbers running through the trial, and next to each one we've also included a column called select. I'll mark these two in red. Now one can upload directly from this into the system. However, this trial data is all there, and all we want to do is register now these clones which are coming from that trial. So I've made a shorter list. Now we go to Data Uploads, and we're wanting to register those new clones coming from the previous trial. So I go here and I say clones from ACPFT21. I'm going to select the dataset, which is this one. We're going to use the shortened list, which is sheet 2, and we go next. So here we have the pairing, the trial, the replicate, the block, the plots, the tree, and then the clone ID of that ortet plus the probagule, which is going to be clone, because we're wanting to clone these trees and give them those names. And we press upload. And it warns us that the germplasm name has been set to that of the selection ID. So if we were to go to the trial in which we made the selections, here we now see green lines with the selection ID and a check there saying that that tree was selected as a clone. I can make a shortened list by selecting all those which were selected for this trial. And there we have our selections. We also said that these selections had to be cloned. Now we can simply go to this hot link, which will show us, for instance, germplasm derived from this particular tree, and there it is, and it's registered as a cutting or clone. So they are now there. Right, now what we're going to do is take those clones and allocate them to a new clonal breeding archive, which is called ACCBO11, which is the clonal breeding archive, which is composed of these clones, and we've got a certain structure to it. First off, we must confirm that this trial is in the database. So we go to Orchards and we search for ACCBO, and we find that it's not there. So we're going to add this orchard to Orchards. I'm going to call it an orchard. I'll give it a start date, and I'm going to say it's actually completed. There's ACCBO11. Right, so now we can upload this trial. We've got these clones have already been registered as propagules in the system, and now we're going to allocate them to this trial in this structure. Trial being a clonal breeding archive. The way we do that is to go to Uploads, and I find that the easiest is to use entries in most cases. It's the top one there. I'm going to call this ACCBO11 Orchard Design. We're going to select the file. The sheet number is sheet 123, sheet 3. Go next. Site is paired with site, rep with replicate, plot with plots, tree with trees, clone with germplasm name, propagule, and we have species, which is not always necessary, but it's useful to have. And we hit upload. Right. This was actually a rerun, so it is warning us that these trees are already there. But if we go to seed orchards, and the plots, we'll see there are plots there, and if we click on one of these, we'll see the trees in the plot. Single tree plot. Now we need to upload the seed. We can upload it from directly in the system, but seeing as we have prescribed seed lot numbers here, it is possibly easier just to upload it from this list. Seeing as we'll be referring to an exact tree, we don't really need to tell it what the species is, but propagule is important. So let's upload that germplasm of seed. So we say seed from ACCBO11. We select our file again. The sheet number now is sheet 1234. And we hit next. We pair off the ones which aren't pairing. The new seed ID would be the germplasm name, and we upload. There we are, it says it's complete. So if we go to germplasm half sub seed, and we look for RPS 14 numbers, and we search for that, there they are, and there are 40 of them. These are the ones which are now going to go into the next generation trial. How do we form that next generation trial? Let's look at our data. First, we do need some controls, which is in this sheet, number 5. We have put here the seed lot numbers. The bulk we have generated by hand. I'll show you that in a moment. Propagules are there, the species are there, and because these are new infusions or new entries, we have more details about them. We must make sure that the bulk's there already. We must register the sites in TreePlasm and check that the regions are in TreePlasm. The sites being these sites. I have already checked that. I've checked that these regions are there already. Let's just ensure that the bulks are there from ACCB11. So we go to germplasms. We go to the half subseed which we're wanting to bulk. We're wanting to bulk all the RPS 14 ones, and make this number. So we can either show all or just select all, and we register a germplasm bulk from here. They're the ones which are going to go into the bulk, and this is the number we're wanting there. It's a single species when we press apply. And it says it's been registered. So if we go to seed bulks, we see there's the number ready to be uploaded. So these entries need to be uploaded. We're going to upload this whole sheet. I'll call this controls 1. There's the file we want, the sheet we want. Just bear in mind, on this sheet, we must make sure those regions are there. It will fail because this already exists there. Repair, province name with province name. Please note, this is an external seed source. It's not of an existing trial in our system. So we use this site name, not the one higher up in the list. And the upload is complete. So those controls will have been uploaded. We can now go to the next tab, which is the design of ACPFT 37. And it looks like this. We've included dummy plots, the germplasm, and telling it, because now we need to tell which germplasm's in the trial, we give it its name, its propagule type, and the species. Otherwise, it's fairly standard. First off, we need to ensure that ACPFT 37 is a registered trial in TreePlasm. So let's go to trials. I'm searching this time for ACPFT 37. We find it's not found, so we need to add it. ACPFT 37. Let's call it a progeny trial. Let's say it was planted on a nominal date of 1995, and let's say it is still active. An important factor is that we're using plots or blocks are required. Okay, it's been successfully added. So now we can go to data uploads, add entries. Let's look for that trial. There it is. Let's call it design 1. And let's choose this. Let's check which sheet number we need. It's sheet 6. We go to the next. Repair off rep again. It's found all those things, but the treatment number we can add. Those all look correct, so we can upload. And we see that we have successfully uploaded the trial design for ACPF 37. We can go to trees, live trees, just to verify this. And there we see the trees, and there are 1,800 trees uploaded. Okay, finally we would like to upload data for these trees, measurement data. This is our data sheet. It has rep block. We've added plots to give a proper identification, tree, and then we have these various measures. We need to confirm that we do have these measures in TreePlasm. Let's go to lists and characteristics. We see filler is there. Then we need height, dBH, and str, and frk and rem. Height is there, spelt ht, which is what we use. dBH is there. Let's show all that we can see the others. str is there, and rem is there. Here it is spelt re, and frk is there. So we can go ahead and do our data upload, the final one here. We must give the site name again. That's this one in this case. You can say ACPFT 37 data. Let's choose our file. Need the sheet number, sheet 7. We need to put in the age at which the measurements were taken. Either that or the date measured over here. I found the age most convenient, and it is 169 months. So we put in 169 there. Now, given that age, we need to make sure that the trees have got the correct plant date in. So I'll just go to a separate tab, go to Trees Alive. You see the default date, if you don't put one in, is 111 over here. Let's correct that by making it the same as the planting date. So I select all and select all 1,800 trees, and I tell it to set the tree's plant date to match that of the site, and we press go. Right, it says here that 1,800 trees were successfully updated, and you can see here that the plant date is now correct. This is important because it works out the measurement age and using the plant date and the age of measurement which we've entered in here. So there we have the age of measurement, 169 months, and now it should all gel, and we press next. Let's just pair replicate. Block is paired, plot is paired, tree number is paired, the filler is paired, height is paired, and it's put in the age of 169 months here. Likewise for dBH, str, and fork. It didn't recognize rem. That's fine, we can just pair it ourselves then. And it was also for 169 months, so I type in 169 months there. We're ready to upload the data. Upload. And here we see that it has been successfully uploaded with a report on what was done. If we go to trees, tree measurements current, and we select on this trial name and search, it finds 6,936 results, as it counts each characteristic as a separate record here. So here are the measurements. Here's the score. If you do repeated measurements, it adds up them there. It gives the age and the date. It's calculated the date of measurement there. You can download the measurements if ever you like through using the export records, or you can go to queries and you can download measurements through looking at tree measured data list, amongst others. The AS Rimmel one also downloads data. Well, that is what I had to show you here. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.